What a group that is, Bobby Knight, and that's really great. Do we love Ohio? Do we love Ohio? But having Bobby Knight and having Don King and our vice president, he's going to be a great vice president, too, I can tell you that. Bobby was here, and they were all converged. At one time, I said, let's all do it. Let's give them a real treat. That's a treat, having that group. So I just want to thank everybody. We're doing really great in the polls. You know that. The Bloomberg poll, we're up 5 in Ohio. In CNN, we're up 3 in Florida. We now lead Nevada, Iowa. We lead in North Carolina. The LA Times has us 4 or 5 points up. So it's really been amazing. On November 8th, we're going to win this state. We're going to win the White House. We're going to win it back. We're going to win it back. This is a movement, and we're taking our country back for the people. We're taking it back. It's been a long time. As I travel the country, the crowds get bigger and the enthusiasm grows. Thousands of people outside, they just left because they figure we can't get in unless somebody wants. Would anybody like to give up their seat? No? I thought you were going to say that. But there's so much love in the rooms. The Washington insiders, they're panicking. They are very concerned. They're looking at what's going on with the polls, and they're saying, what's happening? This wasn't supposed to happen. It wasn't supposed to happen in the primaries, and this wasn't supposed to happen, but it's happening, and I think we're going to bring it all the way. We are going to replace our failed and corrupt establishment with a new government that serves you, your family, the country. You're going to be happy. The change is going to begin right away. The key is November 8th. If you can get in there a little early, that's okay, too. November 8th. My economic agenda can be summed up in 3 very beautiful words: jobs, jobs, jobs. We have to bring our jobs back. On my first day in office, I'm going to order a review of every single regulation and executive order issued by President Obama. All job-killing regulations and all illegal executive orders will be immediately terminated. Excessive regulation costs our economy $2 trillion a year. You believe that? $2 trillion a year. I want to put that money back into the pockets of the American people where it belongs. I am going to direct the Department of Commerce to identify every single violation of our trading rules by our foreign competitors, who, in many cases, cheat. We will apply every lawful remedy to end these trade abuses once and for all. We have no choice. We're going to end them. Trade will be fair and reciprocal, and products will be made in America and sold all around the world like we used to do it, you know, when we were smart. We're going to pass one of the biggest and boldest tax reforms and tax reductions in American history. It's going to include a 15% tax rate for all businesses, small and large, making our country a magnet for new jobs. That's 15% down from 35%. Income taxes will be cut dramatically for the workers. Workers, and I mean the really hard workers. You're paying too much tax, folks. Everybody knows it. So for the workers, the middle class, families, everybody, we're having a major tax reductions. And I will tell you, Ivanka Trump wants child care taken care of, and we're going to do that, okay? Also, on my first day, I'm going to ask Congress to immediately send me a bill to repeal and replace Obamacare. Premiums in Ohio have increased more than 80% since Obamacare was passed. 80%. Have you noticed? It's not a pretty picture, right? 80%. Premiums have gone up almost $5,000 nationwide since 2009. More than 2/3 of our nation's counties, and think of this, have lost insurers. Every day I'm reading another one left. All the big ones are all leaving. It's falling anyway. We're going to replace it and terminate it. But even if we didn't, it's not making it, just so you understand. We're going to replace government-run Obamacare with reforms that put patients first. These reforms include expanding access to popular health care savings accounts, empowering Americans to shop for their insurance so that they can really have great choice right across state lines, and to block granting, and really important, Medicaid to the states so they can design innovative solutions to the best, and it's going to be solutions, folks, that best serve you, your families, your children, the whole thing. Best serve you. In addition to prosperity, we will also provide safety. We are going to take a swift, strong action to protect the American people from radical Islamic terrorism. In recent days, terrorists have attacked in New York City, New Jersey, and Minnesota. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. If Hillary is president, it would be a disaster. If Trump is president, you will be very, very happy. No, no, no. Not a pretty picture. But if Trump is president, you watch how good it will be. It will be a whole different story. These attacks, like so many others, were made possible because of our extremely open immigration system. It's time to put firm immigration controls in place. Extreme vetting, right? Extreme vetting. To quote the Bipartisan Commission, 9/11, it is perhaps obvious to state that terrorists cannot plan and carry out attacks in the United States if they are unable to enter our country. How about that? That is why on my first day in office, I will immediately suspend the admission of Syrian refugees. President Obama wants to bring in another 110,000 refugees next year. Hillary Clinton wants a 550% increase over Obama's numbers of Syrian refugees, and we know nothing about the people. Altogether, the Hillary Clinton plan would bring in 620,000 refugees in her first term. Her plan would cost $400 billion in terms of lifetime welfare and entitlement costs. Think of that. Not only the danger of it all, this isn't only a matter of terrorism, but also a matter of quality of life. We want to make sure that we're only admitting those into our country who support our values and love, and I mean love, our people. Pew polling shows that in many of our countries, by the way, Governor Pence, just come here for a second, will you? I see him standing backstage. This was one of my really great decisions right here. This guy is a winner. Great guy, and a great family. Pew polling shows that in many of the countries from which we draw large numbers of immigrants, extreme views about religion are commonplace. For instance, according to Pew, a majority in Afghanistan and Pakistan say honor killings of women are often or sometimes justified. A majority in these countries also support the death penalty for those who leave the faith. We've admitted tens of thousands from these countries in the last few years with no effective screening plan in place. We have no idea who we're letting in. We have no idea. You see what's happening. In fact, Hillary Clinton, as Secretary of State, admitted multiple refugees who were later charged with terrorism-related activities, bad ones. The State Department administers the refugee program. Hillary had the chance to put the needed protections in place, and she didn't do it. And now she's running. She's going to be so tough. She's going to be so tough. Not going to be tough. Not going to be tough. Hillary Clinton won't even say the words radical Islamic terrorism. She won't say the words. Hillary Clinton, she talks tough about my supporters. That's what she does. But she doesn't want to talk about Islamic terrorists. She calls the patriotic Americans who support our campaign, many of them cops and soldiers, deplorable and irredeemable. She won't use the same words to describe Islamic extremists who believe in the oppression of women, gays, and people of different faiths. But our people, you, I guess me, probably me more than anybody, according to her. But our people, she has no problem with. Hillary Clinton thinks hardworking, patriotic Americans like you are the problem. She doesn't get it, and she doesn't understand how democracy works, believe me. Public servants are just that. They're there to serve you. But the only people Clinton has ever served are the special interests and her donors. And I don't know if you saw her campaign, 50-1 in advertising, 50-1, and I think we're actually winning. I actually think we're winning. 50-1. Our campaign is about breaking up the special interest monopoly in Washington, D.C. We're trying to disrupt, thank you. We're trying to disrupt the collusion between the wealthy donors, the large corporations, and the media executives. They're all part of the same political establishment. They go to the same restaurants. They attend the same conferences. They have the same friends and connections. They all support the same ideology of globalism that makes them rich while shipping your jobs, your factories, and your wealth all the way out to other countries. I am not running to be president of the world. I'm running to be president of the United States, and that's what we're going to take care of. We're going to take care of our country. Wow, look at all the people up there. It's a big balcony. Hello, balcony. I am for America, but specifically, I am for America first. It's going to be America first. Hasn't happened in a long time. Together, we will rebuild this country beyond our greatest dreams. That rebuilding begins with American manufacturing. Ohio has lost 1/3 of its manufacturing jobs since the Bill Clinton signed NAFTA disaster, which Hillary supported totally. We're going to renegotiate NAFTA to get a fair deal for our workers, and it will be a fair deal, and if it's not, we'll terminate and we'll start all over again, because NAFTA is a one-way road out of our country for our jobs and our money. NAFTA's devastated manufacturing right here in Ohio, and in Michigan, and Pennsylvania, and all over New England, and in the state of North Carolina, where I just left. Right now, if Ford builds a car in Ohio and exports it to Mexico, Mexico slaps us with a huge value-added tax or a backdoor tariff. But if Ford moves its factories to Mexico and then exports a car back to America, Ford and Mexico works this, but Mexico, through the back, will give Ford a hefty VAT tax rebate and backdoor export subsidy. It makes it impossible for our country to compete. I don't know how many people just understood what I said. Does anybody understand, right? Because It makes it impossible. They made a mistake when they negotiated this deal. We have different tax systems. And Mexico is, I mean, they got to be laughing. This has gone on for years. It makes it impossible for our country to compete. That's why, how often do you see the factories going the other way? They don't go the other way. They go, it's a one-way road out. Not anymore, folks, believe me. It's crazy. It's crazy. You look at that VAT tax, it's crazy. They get it both ways. In other words, they get it both ways. And then we're afraid to tax the product coming in, okay? And if we tax the product coming in, guess what? They wouldn't move. They wouldn't be leaving. Because now, Ford has just announced it's moving all of its small car production, all of it, to Mexico, where they're building among the biggest and most sophisticated plants anywhere in the world. Not us. Ohio has also lost more than 221,000 jobs since China joined the World Trade Organization, another deal pushed by Bill Clinton and supported by his wife, Hillary. On November 8th, we can finally close the history book on her legacy of failure and turn the page to a bright and shining future. It will be a new dawn for the American worker. Starting in 2017, jobs are going to start leaving other countries and coming back to us. Believe me. Believe me. That includes Apple products. We are going to have an immigration system that makes sense, one based on merit, skill, and promoting the economic interests of American workers. Our tax code, which now wastes billions and billions of dollars a year just in compliance, will become simple, streamlined, and efficient and go way, way down. We're taking those taxes way down. Way down. Your taxes are going way down. And Hillary Clinton, I don't know if you know this because they don't talk about it, Hillary Clinton is asking for a major tax increase. Remember that. Major. Government will start working again, fixing things. We're going to have this economy work again for you. Just look at my projects in New York, where I turned rundown spaces into new centers of business, and we have hit such success, taken buildings that were failures and made them successful, made them incredible. Buildings, jobs, so many things, even an ice skating rink that took 8 years, the city couldn't build it. I did it in 3 months. Okay, you know about it. Where others only saw problems, I saw potential. We turned empty lots and empty buildings and empty homes into living memories for thousands of workers and their families, hired thousands and thousands of people, and they've done a great job for me, I can tell you that. That's what I want to do for our country. I want to go into the neglected neighborhoods, the failing schools, the forgotten stretches of this nation, of which there are many, and unlock their potential for all of our people. I've made a living for years looking for unused spaces and imagining what could be. Politicians look at blighted neighborhoods and offer only excuses. They look for one thing. They look for the votes of people living in the inner cities, and then they say, we'll see you later in 4 years after the election takes place. I look at the same neighborhoods, and I want to offer solutions, and I have offered solutions, and all you have to do is look at what's happening with the poll numbers with African Americans and with Hispanics. They are really going up big league because they get it. We spend so much time thinking about how things used to be. We've stopped thinking about how great things could be. All we have to do is turn out the doubters, the cynics, and the naysayers, of which we have a lot of them. And I understand why we have so many, because they haven't seen. It's been all talk, no action for so many years by politicians. But just remember this, I'm not a politician, thankfully. I'm not a politician. We are a nation of strivers, dreamers, and believers. And that's the spirit that we will carry right into November 8th to be specific. And we are going to have a great monumental victory. It's going to be an amazing day for this country. I don't know if you know it. Look at crowds like this. Every auditorium, every place is sold out. Thousands of people outside always. What we have is a movement like they've never seen before. They've never seen it. Many of the commentators, Bill O'Reilly, many of the commentators said it's one of the great political phenomena of our time. But you know what? To me, it's only a phenomena if we win on November 8th. Otherwise, it's not a phenomenon. We got to get some of that Bobby Knight stuff in us, right? He won. He knew how to win, that's for sure. It's that same spirit of resilience I have seen visiting the flood-ravaged towns of Louisiana, where Hillary Clinton refused to go, or meeting the incredible but hard-hit people in cities and towns like Flint, Michigan, where I just left recently. That was a rough sight to look at Flint, Michigan. It's that spirit of strength we need to start winning again as a country. In this effort, no part of our country will be left behind. When any part of our country hurts, we all hurt. Nationwide, nearly 4 in 10 African-American children live in poverty, including 45% of African-American children under the age of 6. Can you believe that? 45%. We should never accept this level of poverty in our country. And there is no greater anti-poverty program in the world than real good jobs. But to unlock jobs, we must also make communities safe. Crime is rising across this country. More than 3,000 people have been shot in Chicago since January of this year. To the African-American community, I say, vote for Donald J. Trump. I will fix it. And I say, honestly, what do you have to lose? Not going to get any worse. It's terrible. The crime, the bad education, the no jobs. What do you have to lose? Believe me, I'm going to fix it. I will fix it. I'll bring back your jobs. I'll fix your schools. I'll fight for you like nobody's ever fought for you before. We're going to fix those inner cities, and we're going to make them really terrific. We're going to fix them. That plan includes school choice, so important for our education. Under our plan, every low-income child in our nation will be able to attend the private, public, magnet, or charter school, including religious schools of their choice. I will be your greatest champion in the White House. Hillary Clinton, on the other hand, only fights to protect the corrupt political establishment. You know, do you ever notice she's talking now about immigration and schools and education? She's been there for 30 years. She hasn't done anything. In upstate New York, I have to tell you, in upstate New York, when she was campaigning for the Senate, it was having a hard time. She said she's going to bring in 200,000 jobs. She got elected. She hasn't done anything. It's a disaster area right now. And you're going to have the same thing. If anything happened here, where she actually got in, if that's possible, you're going to have the same exact thing. 200,000 jobs, never happened, more jobs left. All of their money, all of their hopes for another generation of corruption, it was all vested in her. The insiders who wrote these checks all have Hillary Clinton on speed dial. Boom, they have a problem, boom. Whatever they want, she will get for them. Whatever they ask for, she will deliver. Whatever they say, their wish will be granted. Unless you show up and vote on November 8th, I'll tell you what, nothing will change if you vote for her. You will be happy if you vote for Trump, that I can tell you. Big change, big difference. movement, and this is our movement, will stop this and take our country back. But we have to do this together. You have to knock on doors. You have to pick up that phone. Go to the website, learn more, become a volunteer. That's what we need. We have to win. Ohio, such an important state. Ohio. Ohio. Don't forget, I worked in Ohio for a long time, Cincinnati. I love Ohio. I worked here. That was a great experience for me. You have to campaign in the streets, spread the love that we in this room really love the people of the country and want to make our country great again. It's very simple. It's a very simple theme. To beat the system, you have to lift your voice, pound the pavement, and get out and vote. You have 47 days to change the world, at least the world as we know it. You have 47 days to make possible every dream. And there are many dreamers right now in this room. Who's a dreamer? Who's a dreamer? You have one magnificent chance to deliver justice for every forgotten man, woman, and child in this nation. Let us all resolve here and now, this moment, that we will give everything we have for the next 47 days, all day, every day, to make America great again. We will change all that has gone wrong in the last 4 years and 8 years. We will once again make America the land of opportunity for all of its citizens. But we will also change everything that has gone wrong for so many decades. All of the policies that have served only the special few, we will rewrite so that they serve you, the American people. As simple as that. Hillary Clinton is the last offender standing on this failed, badly failed status quo. She's running to defend decades of failure in every area of political life. Her campaign message is, things must never change. That's what she's thinking. My campaign message is, things have to change, and they have to change right now. The arrogance of Washington, D.C. will soon come face to face with the righteous verdict of the American voter and worker. On November 8th, we are going to show the whole world that America is back, bigger and better and stronger than ever before. This is what will happen starting in January of 2017. I'm going to lower your taxes, eliminate every unnecessary regulation which is just choking companies and people, unleash American energy, appoint justices to the Supreme Court who will uphold the Constitution of the United States. Save the Second Amendment. And put the American worker first. We're going to terminate totally Common Core and bring education locally by the people that know what they're doing. We will rebuild our roads, bridges, tunnels, highways, airports, schools, hospitals, all of it, infrastructure. American cars will travel the roads, American planes will soar the skies, and American ships will patrol the seas once again. American steel will send new skyscrapers high into the clouds. American hands will rebuild our nation, not the hands of people from other countries. And American energy, harvested from American sources, will power this nation. And we are going to take care of our miners, and we are going to take care of our steelworkers. They are not. These are special people. Miners. Who's a miner here? I see. Well, they have been pretty badly hurt, let's face it. Farmers, do we love the farmers? You know, that's true. The farmers have been so underappreciated in this country. They are truly great, amazing people. Stand up, farmers. Give yourself a hand. Stand up. Come on. We're going to protect the farmer. We're going to protect the farmer. We have to protect the farmer. Without the farmer, we don't eat, and that's not good. We won't eat without the farmer. Thank you, farmers. What a job. What a job you've done. American workers will be hired to do the job. We will put new American steel into the spine of this country. I will fight for every neglected part of this nation. And I will fight to bring us all together as one American people. Imagine what our country could accomplish if we started working together as one people under one God, saluting one American flag. We appreciate that now more than ever, don't we? It is time to break with the bitter failures of the past and to embrace a new, inclusive, and prosperous American future. Jobs will return. Don't you like the sound of that? Incomes will rise, and new factories will come rushing onto our shores. Once more, we will have a government of, by, and for the people. We will make America very, very wealthy again. So necessary. We will make America strong again. We will make America safe again. And yes, we will make America great again. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you. November 8th.